But what's also serious is the fact that First Lady Melania Trump came to the congressional picnic in these gorgeous Dolce & Gabbana floral pants. Now, I did not expect the post to go as crazy as it did. It got over 1 million impressions in a day, which tells us there's a lot of hunger for First Lady Melania Trump. And there's also a lot of hunger for levity in the world right now. I think some of you guys tune in to me because you want to have fun. You want to get your news in a way that's informative and also entertaining, because it's a scary world we're living in. It's been scary the last 4 years. You know, we've all been through COVID. We've been through chaos. We've got war in Ukraine, war in the Middle East, war in Israel. We have a lot going on. The immigration crisis, so much happening in our country. And I think you guys want to come here to have some fun. And so I didn't expect that post to go as viral as it did. Of course, First Lady Melania Trump is stunning and gorgeous, and she's been so unfairly maligned and mistreated by the mainstream media, all because she has an R next to her name. If First Lady Melania Trump were not married to her husband, the President of the United States, President Donald J. Trump, the left would love her, and I'll tell you why. Melania Trump, she's an immigrant. She was a self-made woman. She speaks a bunch of languages. She's an incredible mother. She cares about this country. Everything she does is from a place of loving our children, trying to rear children into the world, into a safe environment, with her entire Be Best campaign, with the Take It Down Act, which helps young people all across the political spectrum. Doesn't matter if you're Republican, Democrat, Independent. The Take It Down Act is going to help all of us potentially at a time or two. And so First Lady Melania Trump, because she happens to be Republican, the left wants to tear her down, because this is what they do, right? They're all about uplifting women and feminism and DEI, as long as you stick to the pre-prescribed and planned doctrine. And so for Usha Vance and Melania Trump, they are, of course, eviscerated in the press all the time because they happen to be Republican and they happen to be a part of this administration. So what I wanted to do is to start covering the First Lady in the way she deserves to be covered, right? She's an intelligent, smart, accomplished woman. She's the First Lady of the United States, whether these liberals like it or not. So we officially have our first FLOTUS update. This is our first official FLOTUS update. I could not be more excited. And shout out to my team for the incredible graphic that we have up on the screen for FLOTUS update. Now, we are going to break down the 3 looks and appearances we've gotten from First Lady Melania Trump in the last week, right? This is rare. We got 3 consecutive looks and appearances, and we have to start, of course, with the Kennedy Center. So a few nights ago, President Trump, First Lady Melania Trump, they went to the opening night of Les Miserables at the Kennedy Center. Now, you guys know, as a recovering theater kid, I was jealous. I want to go to Les Mis. I want to sit in the box. I want to sing, I dreamed a dream. We still can't afford the copyright. But I want to go see Les Mis. But First Lady Melania Trump, she looked incredible. Now, I am not a fashionista. But thankfully, I have an incredible team that can do research. So we actually tracked down the outfits First Lady Melania Trump wore the past few days. Obviously, these outfits were styled by her incredible stylist, Hervé Pierre. He did her inauguration gown. He did her inauguration gown in 2017. He is a genius and a wizard when it comes to fashion and styling. And so the way he puts outfits together, and of course, works with the First Lady, who is objectively the most stunning First Lady we've had in decades and decades and decades, bar none. So shout out to Hervé Pierre, the First Lady Melania Trump stylist. But at the Kennedy Center, here's what she wore. So she wore a Bottega Veneta drop detail gathered matte crepe jersey maxi dress in Nero. I don't know what that means. I think I just became a little bit gayer reading that sentence. I don't know what the hell that means, but we know the dress is stunning. So her shoes were Christian Louboutin Napa Patent Veau Mirror Eclectica 120 pumps. Once again, don't know what that means, but I know you guys care. Okay, moving right along. So this look was incredible at the Kennedy Center. She looked great. Her heels were higher than the national debt. They were higher than the border wall. Melania's heels, they were higher than the deportation numbers. That's how high they were. And, you know, people were commenting on my post. They were saying, oh my gosh, I couldn't wear those heels. Beauty is pain. Beauty is pain. Yeah, beauty is pain, and we're grateful to her sacrifice because she looks freaking incredible. So shout out to the First Lady. Now, her next look we have to talk about was from the Congressional White House picnic. So First Lady Melania Trump, she wore these incredible Dolce & Gabbana trousers. They were officially the Dolce & Gabbana peony print cotton pants. She looked amazing. She had on a white blouse. Her husband, President Donald J. Trump, something you guys talked about online, he also wore a matching purple tie. He's been doing purple ties a lot recently, President Trump. It's interesting to see his tie collection. So President Trump had a matching purple tie. They looked like this incredible power couple, obviously the most famous, powerful couple on planet Earth. So First Lady Melania Trump, she looked amazing. She was also in, for all the shoe people out there, Manolo Blahnik Orchid pumps. So she looked awesome, stunning, incredible, show-stopping. Many of you are probably going to go out there and recreate the looks. I saw comments from people saying, oh my gosh, I want to try that. I want to do this. So she looked incredible at the Congressional picnic. Her last look we have to discuss is from the Army's 250th anniversary parade just a few days ago. So at this parade, First Lady Melania Trump wore a blazer by Adam Lippis. It was a pinstriped twill blazer in ivory. Her skirt was also Adam Lippis. It was the Levi skirt in ivory. Her shoes were Christian Louboutin blue So Kate 120 millimeter fabric pumps. Like I said, I think I just became gayer reading that sentence. Reading that sentence, actually, I think I got my gay card back. You know, they tried to take my gay card away when they heard that I supported Trump and I wanted deportations. I think I just got my card back from reading that. But no, First Lady Melania Trump, she's objectively the most stunning First Lady. And it's, of course, the work she does with her stylist, Hervé Pierre. She has an incredible eye for aesthetics. That's something that is apparent time and time and time again. But First Lady Melania Trump, as I said earlier, she's been so unfairly maligned. You know, First Lady Jill Biden, she was on the cover of Vogue 3 times. Why was Joe Biden's wife Jill on the cover of Vogue 3 times when she looked like a geriatric streetwalker most days when she left the house? Okay, she's in like leather skirts and booties and fishnet leggings. She looked like an utter calamity, Jill Biden. And Michelle Obama, there were times, we're gonna be honest, Michelle Obama looked good as First Lady. They put it together, she looked right. These days, I don't know what's happened with Michelle Obama. She looks like a freaking disaster, literal disaster, like horrible, horrible disaster. But once again, because she's a Democrat, she's been on the cover of Vogue 3 times. So First Lady Melania Trump, as First Lady, she's never been on the cover of Vogue. Of course, they used to love her. Anna Wintour loved Melania Trump before her husband ran for office as a Republican and won, and before Hillary Clinton got her ass handed to her and went home with her tail between her legs.